In this video, we'll look at the setup and operation of reflective pH patches and probes for non-intrusive pH measurement. These patches allow for continuous monitoring of pH in closed systems that cannot be disturbed. These patches are designed to be self-adhesive and stick to the transmissive part of a vessel or reactor, such as a glass or acrylic window. The probe used with these patches is specially designed to focus the illumination light to the center of the patch and maximum back reflection to the detector, which in turn maximizes sensor resolution. This is achieved by angling the 3 illumination fibers, and the use of plastic fiber keeps this probe at a low cost to the user. Let's start by adhering a pH sensor patch to the interior of a vessel, in this case a small beaker. Wear gloves while handling the patch to prevent oils from your fingers from contaminating the gold mesh. Peel the liner backing from the patch. Sometimes a razor or long nails helps to start the edge. Stick the patch to the desired location within the vessel. We're going to place our patch near the bottom to minimize the buffer volume needed during calibration. You can also stick patches to the bottom of a container to further reduce required buffer volume. The Ocean Optics Stage RTLT is perfect for this type of configuration. Next, we want to make sure we have a stable setup, using ring stands and clamps to firmly hold the probe and a beaker. Secure the beaker first and fill it with pH 1 buffer to a height that covers the sensor patch. The gold mesh must be initially wetted to allow fast diffusion through the pores, and this can be done using a pipette. Fill the pipette with pH 1 buffer and, with it held against the patch, give several short bursts of liquid onto the patch. You can visually see on the back side of the patch if it has been wetted, as a wetted patch appears darker than a dry patch. This wetting process only needs to be done initially. Next, secure the probe flush against the wall of the vessel, with it aimed directly at the center of the sensor patch. The thickness of your vessel wall will determine sensor resolution. Connect the illumination leg to the light source, and then detection leg to the spectrometer, and turn on your light source. Open SpectraSuite and select File, New, and then New Sol Gel pH Measurement. This will bring up the pH module. This module has to be added to SpectraSuite and can be found on the Ocean Optics Sensors technical site. Click the Calibration Wizard button in the pH module. Select your spectrometer and click Next. In this tutorial, we'll perform a factory calibration reset, which is your first option. The second option, independent calibration, is nearly identical in procedure, though requires 3 additional reference buffers. If you've run a factory or independent calibration in the past and saved the calibration file, the third option allows you to load this file for fast startup. With Calibrate using factory calibration constants selected, click Next. Enter 620 for acquisition wavelength, 750 for baseline wavelength, and whatever your operating temperature is for the ambient temperature. Click Set and then click Next. Enter the pH value found on the box of pH patches. Click Set and then click Next. With the sensor exposed to pH 1, click the Acquire button and allow the system to adjust the integration time automatically. Once it is stabilized, click Next. Block your light source, click Acquire, and then click Next. Next, we'll want to expose the sensor patch to pH 11 buffer, though we don't want to disturb the setup. To do this, use a pipette to remove all of the pH 1 buffer and replace with pH 11. Wait 10 seconds, and then remove the pH 11 buffer in the same manner and replace with fresh buffer. Allow the patch 2 minutes to equilibrate before clicking Acquire. Once this has been acquired, click Next. Depending on the pH value you entered, the system will either ask for pH 5 or pH 8 buffer. In this case, It asks for pH 5, and, similar to the last buffer change, we'll remove the pH 11 with a pipette, replace with pH 5, and rinse once more to prevent contamination. Again, allow 2 to 3 minutes to equilibrate. Once a sufficient amount of time has passed, click Acquire and then click Finish. You're now ready to take pH measurements and to use the other features of the pH module. The data logging rate can be set by the user and stopped and started to log data in the lower table. The calibration we just performed can also be saved to a location on your computer for faster startup next time. We can now use this vessel to carry out a reaction or culture growth while monitoring pH continuously via SpectraSuite. To learn more, please be sure to visit us online at oceanoptics.com.